Rene Sousa, the Finisher Summit. Welcome back to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
The second, I was corrected, the second two-time appearance.
Yes.
Thanks for coming, dude.
Yeah,
thanks for being on.
Yeah.
So what do we got going on here this weekend?
Wow, so just a lot of good training, right? Like last night, my two coaches, John Blank and Zach, just showed some of their A game. That was really good to get warmed up. This morning, Junie showed some amazing leg lock entries and some really good passing ideas. And now Greg Saunders is going to show some ecological jiu-jitsu. I'm really looking forward to that. And then tomorrow morning, a lot of heavy passing by JT, which is always great. And then end it with like some probably same strategy kind of thing from Big J, which is amazing because I think that's like a big reason why like I'm at where I'm at right now. I'm around the finishers and all these sub-only tournaments a lot. I get to watch, not have to compete and learn so much stuff, you know? And Big J's going to all these opens and watching 1,000 matches in one day. Like that's guarantee you he learns 15 to 30 things every single time.
And he's teaching rules.
Mm-hmm. And he's, oh my gosh, you know? So strategy, learning strategy, tactics, along with just seeing what's working, who's the best, seeing, a lot of stuff. So I'm really excited for the whole weekend, training with you guys, training with everyone. It's going to be great. And fights tonight. It's going to be sick.
It's a good weekend down here.
Yeah.
It's funny, we talk about, I don't know, I forget if Big J said it on his podcast, right, about training and not just giving up positions because you're just training.
Right.
And I'm so guilty of that, you know, depending on who we're rolling with.
For sure.
And I just can hear him talking about that. Every time it happens, I remind myself, oh shit, that's exactly what Big J said. Don't do, right?
Yeah.
Like,
don't let the master guard.
Yeah, during injury repeat that has really helped me kind of dial that back in. It's like, if you want to work on escaping the mount, say, Rene, start on the mount.
Yeah.
But don't just like let somebody just walk past your guard and build those bad habits.
For sure.
Give them a position.
Yeah,
and it's hard because it's tiring.
Yep.
right,
You have
to
to work
switch on.
hard to win all those positions, but it matters.
Yeah, intention I think is what matters the most, right? Like intention on like, you know, like what you're developing. Like, so I'm trying to develop like exactly that, getting out of those really bad positions rather than like, I like to go for like offense from these really bad positions. So like layers of defense to not let that happen is definitely a small thing to work on. And then also like having urgency when you're there. But then the whole other thing that I think us as 10 Planet we're already good at is like being comfortable in the, like I'm in chopping block and I'm like, all right, I'm going to give the guy my back. I'm going to clear my bottom side hook and then I'm going to escape, you know? So like, I think for me at least, like just getting black belt now, I'm like, kind of like a lot of the things I think I'm doing well, but I think I have to reverse engineer a lot of things and I have to like develop my sweeps and my open guard better to like make my whole game, you know, kind of like really tight rather than just being like that typical sub-only guy, get my guard pads up in all good, you know, so but it's cool, man. It's like a, you know, lifelong journey.
For sure. Yeah. What's next? What's on your horizon? What's going on with you?
So
competition-wise?
So right now I'm working on my camp for Nicky Ryan match on August 10th. So I'm like a little bit less than a month away. Going really well. Training at Essential, training here, training in a couple different places. Just getting some different looks. Training a lot, training really hard, and I feel like I'm already ready for it. But I'm gonna really put myself through hell these next couple weeks to like be ready for a 15-minute battle. Just like I'm so grateful, you know, just to like be going against one of the best. I really don't think just not one of the best in the world, one of the best ever, you know. So I'm excited to put my skill set up against.
So how did that match come about?
So I called it out actually after my last match. It was something I asked for, and then recently it was offered to me. So I was like, dude, I asked for it. Let's go. I actually told Zach, I was like, yo, maybe we can even have me versus Nicky at the finishers, like for a belt or something. And he misunderstood, and he was like, yeah, like, let's have him out for a seminar. I was like, that's not what I said. Like, misunderstood. But I kind of like, I remember the exact time I said it, because it was like me like speaking it into the universe, you know? Yeah. So then when it kind of came to fruition, I was like, wow, like, if you like truly like, I don't know, put stuff into the universe and work on manifesting it, you know, like, things will happen, you know? And I think maybe like a lot of people from the outside are kind of looking at, it's like, easy kind of warm-up match for Nicky to come back from injury and all this stuff, but I think that's great. I think that means that there's no pressure on me and that I'm supposed to lose, you know. So I don't know. I think we're gonna show up and we're gonna see who can hang. You know? I'm really excited.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah, that's a great card.
Top crazy card. Right? Fion versus Jasmine, Marigali versus Duarte, Tackett versus some random guy. There's a couple of really good fights I'm really looking forward to. So just to be a part of it, only thing I'm not looking forward to is the weight cut, but that's a part of it. I feel like my last match against Kieran at 170, I just dominated. I feel really good at 170, so I don't know if we're going to have to do that for ADCC trials, because ADCC is I think it's important for me to be there if I feel stronger, but at the same time, it's what am I going to cut weight for, have less energy to go against faster guys, better guys at 77 than 88, and just have to go crazy cardio-wise. So I'm going to, this is going to really be depending on how I feel and how I compete, it'll be it'll help me make my decision if I'm going to go 77 or 88.
Where are you naturally kind of in the middle?
87, 85. I'm 87, maybe even 90 when I'm training, less volume. I kick up my volume, I'm immediately back down to 83, 84. Yeah. And it's just hard to put on weight when you're natty,
yeah, right. You're training like crazy.
Yeah, and training like crazy, yeah.
When you go to different schools, especially in a camp like this, are you looking for I shouldn't say but you're getting different looks, and is that what you consider important? Different instruction from different people? How do you, what are you looking to take away when you go to different camp? When you're in camp and you're going to different places, you go to Essential, you're working with Fionn, you're working with JT, versus at your home base. What is it that you're kind of...
It's just, so for example, here, I have a lot of good training partners, a lot of people that really test me, but I'll go to Essential and I'll get tapped 300 times, so I'm just looking for that next level of we have Grace, we have Thor here, but JT's 2-time ADCC champ. That's in stone, you know what I'm saying? That's not a joke, So I really really value the time I get with him. I don't know how I've been able to get these connections, but I'll go up there, we'll do 18 minutes of positional, just me and him. I'm just but I know it's making me better. It's it's hard to be in the time, but at the same time, I'm super grateful for it. So I'm chasing that. Those are pretty much my competition training days. So for me, what my intention is when I'm going for, I'm just plan A. Look, I'll have some different intentions some days, but it's plan A, get the job done. Maybe the job isn't to submit the person, but it's looking for some specific positions and creating some specific reactions. And then most of the days that I'm back here or I'm somewhere else, it's kind of my B game. It's all right, I get taken down. What's my first sweep? What's my second sweep? What's my last minute escape from here? So I really cycle in between different kinds of days, or if I train there in the morning, and then I come here at night, it's a super chill, just nothing kind of crazy. It's just if you're truly not on steroids, you really can't fucking do those hard training sessions twice a day. No way, So I have to have recovery. So I'll do 2 hard sessions at Essential, and then maybe one hard session here, and then maybe a couple other drill sessions throughout the week and stuff. I added recently, I'm training with this one guy, Shintaro from New York City. He's got a cool judo spot. He's one of the highest ranking judo guys in North America. He's next level judo. So I'm kind of working on really integrating my wrestling with. I've never trained judo ever, so to train with him, it's insane. You're in typical wrestling, people just run into you.
You're afraid
in judo, in judo, it's sort of off to the side. Dude, it's the scariest shit though. When you're going with a judo guy and they just step to the side and oops, dude. because they don't even just want the foot sweep. They want you to get extended and then load your hips, and then he can throw me any which way possible.
Points in judo for a powerful throw, right?
I really, honestly, I don't know him that well, but I love him because he is so nice to me. He could, you watch him, we actually just put up a roll the other day, that's pretty cool if you check it out on my Instagram, but, cause he wrestled D1 too, so it's we have a really good, he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu too, so we have really good scraps, but there's a lot of key little things that I learned from him, that are just, if you guys want to have him up for a seminar, just gi or no gi, it's insane. Because it's truly a totally different martial art, right? And I feel that's what's happening into jiu-jitsu right now. A lot of wrestlers are coming in. We're having to integrate a lot of wrestling. And I'm trying to be ahead of the curve, and I feel judo's kind of the next kind of thing. I mean, you look at New Wave, right? That's a lot of the stuff they're doing. All the wrestling. Shout out to New Wave. It sucks. Yeah, I think because they're working with that one guy. It's second.
Yeah. I saw Shintaro posted that clip yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm with Rene, the buggy chick.
Yeah.
But actually, it's funny. Just recently, Randy, our resident judo black belt, he's been sending me clips of Shintaro.
Sick. Yeah. No, he's really good, man. He's super cool. And yeah, I never trained. I trained with some people that have done judo, no gi, but for the Worlds camp that they were doing, I trained a little bit with him, and it was just a totally different world. So I'm really excited to like trade some ideas with him. He wants to come to no-gi and do some competitions and stuff. So it's cool for us to be
cool. I saw a video of you in the gi.
Yep.
With Fia.
Yep.
We were like,
yeah.
I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. So I tried to go to Worlds this year. So I got my black belt in March, and then there was a lot of different tournaments for IBJJF, but there was like only a couple that lined up with my schedule. So I went to Miami Open. I tried to do middleweight and absolute. I went 0-2. Locked up a buggy choke, almost finished it.
In the gi?
In the gi. In the gi. Guy stood up and like almost
that's gonna suck. That's gonna be so tight.
It was tight. It was tight. The guy told me he was close to tapping, but he stood up and he couldn't slam me, but it was close. But yeah, it was just like, you know, like they were doing the Worlds camp for Worlds, and I like had this feeling, like, you know, that feeling of like you go into a tough room, you get your ass kicked, you walk out, and like that was good. I tested myself. Like I felt so uncomfortable in the gi. Like blue belts are tapping me like children, you know. And I'm just like, and I can just do like fucking straight ankle lock, you know what I'm saying, or rubber guard. I felt so uncomfortable that I wanted to lean into it, you know. So especially being like a black belt and like being like, you know, like I mean, obviously 10th Planet means something to me, but like being part of John Jocks means something to me too. So yeah, I tried a little bit, and then my schedule kind of switched. I got a bunch of no-gi. I failed at getting enough points to the Worlds because I had to double goal to like get enough points to qualify. So I didn't. So I kind of like just changed my routine. Didn't do the rest of camp with them, and just kind of came back and did a bunch of no-gi stuff. And I'm back in no-gi, and I'm trying to do like 1 day a week gi. I haven't been able to follow it in maybe the past 4 or 5 weeks, but there's a cool school close to here, Inverted Gear Academy. They're one of my sponsors, so I like to go train there. Yeah, cool. They have a really different game, like very fundamentally sound, so I like to train with them. They give me a really good different look, and yeah, I'm trying to commit to 1 day a week doing it, because I'd like to just shut up and do it, you know.
We're doing the same.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think it's great because the way I do jiu-jitsu isn't like grip and strong. So I think that there's like the natural inclination to like grab grips and do that kind of stuff. But I think I just need to spend more time learning all the different techniques. And I think it'll transfer over. So like that's kind of like what my goal was in doing it. It was like to not only be uncomfortable and get better at it, but I think the biggest two problems of my game are like sort of what we're working on today, connection from open guard passing to pressure, and then the same thing from bottom. Like I was just saying, like working on my sweeps, making my sweeps and connections better so I can play better guard. I feel like both of those things can be started in the gi, and what I feel like Eddie talks about all the time is like, he's like, dude, no gi, when I'm teaching 10 playing stuff, it's like the chapter summary. You know what I'm saying? We're not reading the whole chapter. And I feel like gi, you gotta read every page. You have to read every, like, you know, the little, like, picture with, like, the note. Like, you gotta read everything. So I feel like that's what gi is, and no gi is, like, a little, like, Fion even posted it maybe a couple of weeks ago. Like, it was, like, something to piss off no gi people, but it's like, no gi is, like, 30% of what gi is. I agree with that. Like, I think there's, like, so many more moves in that, so.
We went out for coffee when I had her up for the seminar. She threw me a little shade for being an only no-gi guy. So like, same day, I'm like, all right, now that I've reached
we're having gi class.
Now that I've reached my black belt, like let's expand. And
for sure. I think that's great. Yeah, I think that's great. And she's a good example. JT's a good example. I think, man, like for example, right now I'm in training camp. It's not the most important thing to me, but I'm gonna work on it going forward.
JT gave you props on your gi game coming along. We
Did
asked
he?
him about it. Yeah.
No,
we interviewed him like a month ago.
No way. What did he say?
It was just something about you being in there.
Yeah. Well, if you watch the rounds, they don't look like that. But
I did one round with him that day.
Yeah, dude, he's like the worst. He's the worst. He's so good, man. And
he's just so many steps ahead, and like his positioning just rendered.
He's so many steps ahead, but literally, like he just texted me and asked me what I should ask what he should teach tomorrow. I was like, dude, just teach like the leg pummeling that you do when you're, dude. He does like it's literally like I don't play video games, but it's like there's like 8 buttons. That's all. He has 4 things he does on his feet, 4 things he does on top, 4 things he does on bottom. Yeah, and that's all he does.
Anytime,
and it's not hating on it,
right?
But it's like
master level stuff, right? You don't,
I'd like finally get a butterfly hook, but he'd just be at an angle where it was useless. So I'm like, okay, it's there, but I can't do
the next level, and that's like one of the really big things where I'm trying to like get there and work really hard with them because, dude, like their blue belts, purple belts are super tough. And it's not saying that our school's not tough. It's just a different kind of tough. And for me right now, like not doing my teaching job, just doing jiu-jitsu full time, I have the opportunity to go places and train. So I'm really taking advantage of it. And to like I mean, I would be grateful just to be in the room. I'm in the room training with Fion, training with his best guys. Like I couldn't be more thankful to them as like a second band pretty much now.